Jazakallahu khairan. This question is from sisters, and it's addressed to Dr. Zakir, probably because of his charismatic manner of conducting his talk. It says, India has produced many great scholars over time, including the present day. After being the ruling class for hundreds of years, why Muslims in India remain the minority, and given the present climate in India, e.g. Gujarat, what would you advise us in UK?
Sister asked a very good question, and a very important question.
I beg your pardon, it's not sister, I've just seen a name, it's a brother, who's Brother Talha, whoever it is.
Brother Talha asked a very good question, that though the Muslims have ruled India for more than 1,000 years, now we find that we are a minority, and especially just a few months back, we saw the riots, one of the worst riots that took place in the world, where thousands of Muslims were killed. So how come this, what is the advice for the Muslims? And why did this happen? Point number one, firstly I would blame this country, the British government. It has a policy of divide and rule, and that's how they divided our country. Now we have India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. If this Indian subcontinent wouldn't have been divided, then inshallah the Muslims would have been majority in India. So point number one, I would blame them. Point number two, that we Muslims, we have not done our job. We haven't conveyed the message of Islam to the non-Muslims. If we would have conveyed the message of Islam in the right way as we should do, then we would not have been in the situation that we are today. Because if you would have explained to them Islam, then inshallah we would have been in a better situation. Now what the Muslims should do is that we should be united. Unfortunately, we are not united. Not only in India, in most parts of the world, we aren't united. And very often, when election takes place, you know, 1/3 of the votes go to party A, 1/3 of the vote goes to party B, 1/3 goes to party C. End result is 0. We don't have any say. What we have to do, we have to collectively decide, and even if you agree that all are devils, you have to choose the best out of the lot. And what happens that we should be united, and all the different organizations, we should leave our differences and come on a common platform. And if we work unitedly, inshallah, we will be in a much more better position. And what happened in Gujarat, it was planned very well by the Hindus. And we should see to it that that's not repeated. And unfortunately, we find that even after what happened in Gujarat, recently, when the elections took place, again that party won. We should see to it. And unfortunately, besides the Muslims of India, I would blame even the Muslims who are not living in India. Because believe me, not a single country, when about 10,000 Muslims were killed in a matter of few days or a couple of weeks, not a single Muslim country made a hue and cry. Not a single Muslim country. And the loss that took place to the Muslims of Gujarat was much more than the World Trade Center loss. It's a shame. So surely, there's a hadith of beloved Prophet ﷺ, that if anything happens to one Muslim, it's the duty of the other Muslim to help him out, which is not happening. The whole Muslim ummah is also to blame. Unless we unitedly stand together, you'll see to it that they will single us out slowly. But Allah has His ways. Allah has His ways. We have to see it's not happening here, it's happening throughout the world. Throughout the world. Unless we unitedly solve this problem, we will not be able to find a real solution. And we should see to it that we should leave our differences. The differences will be there. Let the differences be there, but at least for this purpose we should come together. And alhamdulillah, one thing good that happened, that some of the Muslim brothers in UK, when a couple of Muslims who had gone to Gujarat and they were killed in the riots, being citizens of UK, mashallah, they took them to court. And the only case that is there which I know of in the International Court of Law against the people who caused these riots is here in UK. So alhamdulillah, there are some brothers here working in UK, and this should increase. We should help such people to come together and make a voice unitedly and expose what's happening in different parts of the world against the Muslim. Then only we will be able to be in a better position. Hope that answers the question.
Jazakallahu khairan.